Mikal Bridges was traded to New York Knicks last night, and now he's on the team with his Villanova teammates, Jalen Brunson, Josh Hart, and Donte DiVincenzo. He was traded to the Knicks in return for Bojan Bogdanovic and 4 first-round picks. So, obviously, you could tell that the Nets are trying to rebuild, and the Knicks are trying to get the pieces they need to be able to compete in the East. To first talk about the Nets, I think this is a very good idea for the Nets. Obviously, if they were going to run it back with Mikal Bridges and Cam Thomas and whoever really was on that team, it was not going to work out. They need to go into a full rebuild. The whole Big 3 experiment failed, but at least they got some, first round picks out of it, and hopefully they can find something, a hidden gem in the upcoming drafts and stuff like that. But it was a failed experiment, and so now they're going back to full rebuilding mode. And Knicks obviously are trying to win a championship, and it's gonna be hard, obviously with the teams out in the East. I don't know if Mikal Bridges puts them over the edge of, on paper when it comes to Boston, even a team like Philly or the Cavs and stuff like that, or, the Pacers again. Like, there's a lot of good teams out in the East, but what I will say is that for those that do not know, Mikal Bridges has not missed a game since high school. He's been known as like the Iron Man of the NBA. Like, he's never missed a game. He's always been available. And I feel like those players are super hard to come by, and those guys are super, super valuable because you can always depend on them to, show up. So even on any given night, if Jalen Brunson's out or Josh Hart is out, there's no predicting the future saying that, he's automatically not going to get hurt next season. Hopefully he doesn't ever get hurt. But, he's going to be a reliable guy that you can always count on, and at any point he can take over a game. So, I don't know how the starting lineup will look, but having a team with Jalen Brunson, Donte DiVincenzo, OG Anunoby, Julius Randle, Josh Hart, and Mikal Bridges, that's a very hard team to beat, I can imagine. And this is a very good trade for the Knicks. And being a Cavs fan myself, I'm kind of a little bit nervous if we ever do meet them again in the playoffs. But I think this is a good decision as a team chemistry thing, because, if you've been on Instagram or you see anything related to the Knicks, you definitely know the relationship between Jalen Brunson and Josh Hart. They're like the best of friends. And a big reason why they didn't beat the Pacers in the finals, in the playoffs, was because of their injuries. And Tom Thibodeau, he loves to run players through the ground in terms of minutes. Josh Hart had to play 48 minutes every single night, and Jalen Brunson did too. And eventually the bodies caught up to them, and then they, end up getting hurt. And yeah, Julius Randle has always been injured, and OG Anunoby, he was injured when it mattered most. So it's it kind of sucks that injuries are such a big thing in basketball, because if there was a way how if every team could stay healthy and every team had their best players healthy and all that kind of stuff, I feel like it'll be super, super entertaining, and it'll be pretty crazy because that's how much talent there is. But it's just the nature of the game. People get hurt and stuff. Yeah, so this is a piece that has historically been pretty safe when it comes to injuries. And he's a guy that he's not obviously not a superstar, but he's definitely an all-star caliber player. And I feel like he can he's pretty lengthy too, so I think he can give a good defensive presence too. I feel like he's a guy who can drop 20, 25 on any given night, and obviously having with Jalen Brunson, who can score 40 on any given night, and Julius Randle, he's going to do a little bit of everything. So it's they have a really good team on paper. It's just a matter of them staying healthy. And my main question is like, I just don't know how this. I don't know if this singular trade does put them over the edge. I don't know what they plan on doing with like Mitchell Robinson or Isaiah Hardenstein, because I just don't know if Isaiah Hardenstein or Mitchell Robinson are your, I don't know, end game, I guess you could call, centers, as in like, you know, the centers that could lead you to a championship. Obviously both are like great at their own thing. Like Mitchell Robinson's great at getting offensive rebounds. He's a great rebounder. And Isaiah Hardenstein, he's really grown into a really solid big man in the league. And so I'm not really sure what they're going to do with that. I don't know if they might go search for another trade or something like that, because obviously it's still only June. We still have a good couple of months until October, whenever the season starts. So it's really kind of up in the air right now what might happen with them. I just don't personally see how this trade could push them past a team like Boston, or like especially in a series against a team like the Sixers. Although yes, they did beat the Sixers, and Joel Embiid, like a fully healthy Joel Embiid kind of rushed his way back, I guess, just trying to be there for the playoffs. And so I feel like if it's a fully healthy Joel Embiid, having to use Mitchell Robinson or Isaiah Hardenstein on him, I don't know how that could go. But at the same time, though, like, you can't have the best of all worlds. Like, they have a really, really good 1 through 4 paper. Like, their 4 or 5 best players are better than a lot of teams' first 5 players. If their weak spot is, I guess, their centers, who aren't even that bad, I guess it's okay. But yeah, so pretty much the story is Mikal Bridges doesn't have to go too far. He's going right over to Madison Square Garden now, and the Nets are trying to rebuild after their failed experiment, and we'll see what happens from it. I expect the Brooklyn Nets to be near the bottom of the standings, because I don't know. I mean, I think it's going to be a good time for Cam Thomas to get some run and actually get some minutes. And, you know, I think it was about time for them to get a rebuild going, because, you know, being 500 every single year is not doing anything for anyone. So, you know, there's a couple talented drafts coming up, I'm pretty sure. So this could be an opportunity for them to get something building, and we'll see what happens. So I say this is a good trade on both ends. The Knicks got better, and the Nets made a better business decision. So yeah, comment down below what you guys think, and yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Peace.